Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to have a good laugh. From the thumbnail, I hope you realize I was laughing a lot, and you will laugh as well because we have Subwoofer with Dragma for you, the follow through from the Eurovision song that they sang, that Banana song. But we're going to go straight into a bit of fun facts about them. We're going to follow through with the song. We're going to do a bit of brush over on the lyrics. They're not too serious, and give you a bit of information about the drag artist that appears in the video. Things like that. Fun facts. It's a fun video. It's light-hearted. It'll be 10 minutes of your time. Grab a coffee, grab something, sit down, smile, because these duo will put a this duo will put a smile on your face, and that's what it's all about. We just need more of a smile, don't we? Because one of the many great reasons to follow the Eurovision at any time of the, no matter what year you've watched it, is to experience sights and sounds that unfold when so many different cultures from across Europe descend upon one spot for a joint, and to descend for a colourful celebration of music and laughter. And that's what happened this year in Turin. There has been a scandal with the voting system. Azerbaijan ain't happy, Romania isn't happy, and other countries, 6 other countries. Aye. But anyway, we move on. Few artists have travelled as far, though, to be in Turin this year. However, than the act that represented Norway. So I call them Woofer, Woofer, or Wilfer. It depends on your pronunciation, but nobody travelled as far as this group. Arriving to us from as far afield as the moon, Keith and Jim, who make up the duo, joined on stage by musical mate DJ Astronaut, who also wrote this song, Dragma, with them, came to the concert with their song Give a Wolf a Banana. Now we all remember that, and I have my reaction that unfortunately was blocked, and it wasn't until after the Eurovision was it unblocked, YouTube, and everybody else was reacting to it. So I missed out on people seeing my reaction. So I have given you the attached video to click onto and remember and follow it through, and you'll have a laugh with my reaction to that as well. So you've just got to imagine Eurovision didn't happen. Norway had Subwoofer, and this was my reaction before the competition. Sorry it was so late, but you can blame YouTube for blocking me. I think I was the only reactor ever blocked, I have to say. Now excuse me, because something oh, it's all live today. But we remember them for Give the Wolf a Banana, a tune that had many meanings that derive from it, by the way, but which is primarily based on the notion of using potassium-rich snacks as a form of protection for the elderly. Do you get my drift about what this group is about? They're just light-hearted fun. Having dwelled happily on the moon for many millions of years, you might be wondering what finally triggered Subwoofer to embark upon the long journey to Earth. And according to them, they came to claim their rightful musical throne by performing at the most important and prestigious music event in the history of the world, which it is. And people are forgetting. You have your Grammys, you have your things in America going on, but in Europe we have Eurovision, and that has been going on for so long now. It's incredible. It's iconic. It still appeals to 400 million people watching it every year. Try and beat that, Grammys. They don't. So by adapting their vocals to our climate hasn't been the simplest of tasks for this group. But they've managed to do it in today's video, Grandma, as you'll see. As I said, we're trying, CC, to do our best to conquer the world, musically at least. And we've been the biggest band in the galaxy for millions of years. And now we're going to stay here on Earth for a few more millions of years. And it was really difficult to sing in the beginning because the atmosphere, there's too much oxygen. But we're good now, and we're good to go with more songs. And in Turin, we made Dragma, which are going to say, what could possibly have taken them so long to come to the realization that Earth is where it's at? We shall see. However, they've actually tried to locate here once before, believe it or not. And that didn't go well for them. We've been around for a long time, CC, and Earth was simply not ready for us. When you guys had those dinosaurs here, that was not a friendly environment. They almost ate Keith. Oh, poor Keith. With Eurovision on the cards for the Wolves, and with them here to compete, there must be something that had crossed their minds this year. And as fans of the contest at the time, no, everyone comes with the task of hosting the following year. Have Subwoofer had any thoughts on whether they would invite us to the moon if that had happened? And invited all of us? And how would we get to the moon? And what do they know that Elon Musk doesn't know? Mind boggles. Or if they instead give Norway the opportunity to host once again on Mother Earth. And adapt. CC, of course everyone is invited to the moon. We have a great venue there. Imagine. It's been a free bar for everybody, and it will be a free bar when they arrive. But if it's not possible to get there, we'll ask the Earthlings Norway to host it for us. But unfortunately, it didn't happen. And what happened was, they spent their time in Turin, and they decided to write extremely fun songs like Dragma. And we're going to experience a fun song and smile. And I'm going to put my headphones on so my ears can become orgasmic to their music. These aliens have come into my life and they're taking over musically. Why? Take a listen.
Those skinny ankles, that flower dress, those droopy yum-yums upon your chest. No longer stand up, not like before, but we don't care, we'll eat them up straight off the floor. Yeah, we get off on the way you speak. You're something precious, like an antique. Say, what's that perfume, that musty smell? Some kind of perfume or an outer scent from hell. Oh, where we say, Dragma, 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 oh, Dragma, 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 oh, Dragma, 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 oh, we bet you're gonna be young.
Astro. When I was 18, I ate my first gram. But there was something kind of fishy going on. It was weird, it was crazy, it turned out to be a man. And though her hair was wavy, it's like a big truck. She said her name was Haley, but I think it was Chuck. Voice had a deep sound, a kind of meat that only says the feet. And there wasn't no playground, cause she was old and a little more petite. And Dragma, she kinda plays me. That wrinkly skin don't faze me. One eye is kinda lazy, but still I keep on singing.
Dragma, 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 oh, Dragma, 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 oh, Dragma, 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 oh, we bet you're gonna be young. And we were like, Dragma, 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 oh, Dragma, 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 oh, Dragma, 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 oh, we bet you're gonna be young.
So that's it. That's the fun over, and I didn't even get a chance to drink the coffee. But my dog got up and he yawned towards the end. It was a bit of a drag for him. Sorry for the pun. But there you go. That is Subwoofer, and that is what they wrote in Turin and decided to release with the DJ that plays with the Mastronaut as well. Absolutely fun, great music. It's what children need as well today, and teenagers. We need to escape for a couple of minutes. The drag queen was exceptional, and I have a little bit of information. Keirani Enderud is a Norwegian costume designer, stylist, and drag artist. Keirani is behind the costume design for Subwoolfer, Norway's contribution to the Eurovision in Turin this year in 2022. And Keirani is also known to many from the drag groups Great Garlic Girls, brilliant name, and Berit Bislett and Muttern, the latter under the artist name Bjorn Munster. So well done, Keirani. You were fun to watch, absolutely brilliant. I think you're a star in your own right, and I'm sure Subwoolfer will include you in many more collaborations along with DJ Astronaut. You're just phenomenal together as a team. You really are. I laughed so hard when I had seen the when I had actually seen the images of the drag queens. So Keirani, you've hit me here. I think you're really good. In the video, you're hilarious, especially the bit with the legs. So I'm going to put together a very special thumbnail of the legs, and I know what way I'm going to do it to attract people to this video. People have to laugh today. We go into, and I don't even know why I'm doing the lyrics. They're just so light-hearted. It's just a bit of fun. And it says, ooh, 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 at the start. From the moment you came down, it begins, that cigarette breath, that short grey hair. Was this a setup? Was it a dream? You were the hottest dragma we'd ever seen. Yes, we've eaten grandmas before, but you're the oldest. You're like 94. Yeah, your taste's different. This will be fun. You're gonna like a grandma and a banana in one. So it's very suggestive, very sexual. So it's not for children, naughty boys. It's very, and who doesn't like a banana? You don't have to be a drag ma to enjoy a banana, guys. So anytime you arrive on Earth and you come to Ireland, we can have a pint of Guinness, and I can introduce you to a wonderful banana I know personally. So we go on to the next dragma. We bet you're going to be, when they called the chest Yum Yums, I swear, I'm going to say it to a female friend today. Your Yum Yums are looking so good in that dress. And she's going to be like, what? And I'm going to tell her, I'm going to say, I got it from Subwoolfer. You know, the group that represented Norway. Well, they called those Yum Yums in Dragma. And she takes things seriously, but then she'll laugh it off. She will. So I'm looking forward to that little bit. And then it continues, those skinny ankles, that flower dress, those droopy Yum Yums upon your chest. No longer stand up, not like before, but we don't care. We'll eat straight up off the floor. It's just hilarious lyrics. It's brilliant. Well, we get off the way you speak, you're something precious, like an antique. Poor woman at 94 being called an antique and wrinkly skin and all of that, guys. Have a bit of compassion and say what's that perfume, that musty smell, some kind of perfume, an odour from hell. And it continues with Jim, oh, we say dragma, ooh. And verse 5 is the astronaut going out in the rap. When I was 18, I ate my first gran. So they're into the older people. Ching ching. But there was something kind of fishy going on, and it was weird, it was crazy. It turned out to be a man, say nothing. And though her hair was wavy as like a big truck, she said her name was Haley, but I think it was Chuck. Her voice had a deep sound, a kind of meat that only tastes of feet, and there were no playground. 'Cause she was old, have respect, guys, and a little more petite. And Dragma, she kind of plays me. That wrinkly skin don't faze me. One is kind of lazy, but I still keep on saying, Dragma, 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 ooh. Dragma, 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 ooh. Dragma, 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 ooh. We bet you're gonna be yum yum. It's very, very catchy, guys. Okay, I wouldn't keep it in that vocal, but it's catchy. And said, we bet you're going to be Yum Yum. Well, to me, guys, you're all Yum Yums, because the identity, let's get on to the biggest question that hit the papers about these guys. And everybody was like, oh, who are they? Where did they come from? What are they about? Or do they really exist? I'm saying, when they were represented and masked and unidentified, the two of them caused such a phenomenon just in the fact that they would not reveal their identities. And it has become a talking point. And so far, I'm going to say it to everybody, neither the artists themselves nor NRK or the record company Universal have really revealed when the masks will finally fall and when we will find out the identity of the duo. However, people have speculated. And they speculated with the registration of the cars. So people were waiting outside the touring entrance where the artists get out of cars, and they took the registration and they were researching if this is what journalists do. And they came up with all sorts of names. And they came up with the very luscious, and fingers crossed he is one of them, and very handsome British guy, Ben Adams, who's 40, who lives in Norway now. Extraordinarily sexy, extraordinarily handsome, and he's a Yum Yum himself. They say, and he's formerly from the boy band A1 in the 90s. So you check him out on YouTube, A1 band. You look for the band and you just look for Ben. And they reckon he's one of them. And he had participated and finished in second place, I think, in the Melody Grand Prix in 2010. So anyway, and do I know the identity of the other? No. It's all speculation, everybody, till I think, in fairness to them, there was that speculation with the French group that wore the helmets, and all the time their name goes, and I featured them on my channel, but their name goes out of my head. And I've said this, guys, keep your identities as much as you can concealed. It's wonderful to be speculating, it is. I've got my fingers that Yum Yum Ben is one of them. I don't know who the other Yum Yum, but I noticed the bed scene there and you were particularly close. So I think you are a couple. I think you're a gay couple. I'm going to speculate. And I think that you've been together for quite a few years and that you've decided to be not just creative with your bananas in the bed, but you've come forward to be creative musically with DJ Astronaut, because they always say 3 is even more fun. And I think that's what's happening here. And we throw in a drag queen for a bit of fun, and we start getting the picture, and we're like, but still, forget the exploits and sexuality of them. Who are they? Who cares? You got the mind-boggling. Look at mind-boggling. So keep it fun, keep it happy. That's everything on the wonderful Subwoofer who represented Norway. And keep it coming, guys. I'll keep going over anything that you do and featuring it on this channel. And others like Subwoofer who will just implode and explode in whatever they do. And long may it continue. Thank you for bringing a smile, a musical smile to mine, and hopefully